is a Bongo Cajón. And here's a guy playing one way better than I can. That was Spencer playing one, made for him by Ted Derryberry, who inspired me to make my own. Thanks, Ted. When you're out shopping for wood, whether it's at a home center or a lumber yard, it's really worth taking the time to look through the wood and find some interesting pieces. The good thing for us is that a lot of people in their quest for perfection overlook boards like these. I'm gonna start by just cutting out some strips that are about 6 1/4 inches wide. I'll cut them down to the exact size later. I'm tilting my blade to an 8-degree angle. Now I could flip it over and do the other edge. I just need to move my fence over slightly. This will be used for the 2 shorter side pieces, and those are the only 2 edge bevels I'll need to cut. Here I'm using a crosscut sled to cut out the 2 short end pieces. I'm setting my miter gauge to an 8-degree angle. To make sure these 2 sides are the same length, I'm going to flip these around. This is the edge I need to cut this way, so I'm going to trim a little bit off of both of them just to make sure that they're exactly the same. I replaced my saw blade with a 1/2 inch dado stack that I can cut out the rabbets on the ends of the longer pieces. I'm going to use my crosscut sled to cut out the dado for the divider. And I want to make sure that both of these dados match up on the same side, so the other piece I'm going to put in backward. Okay, I did not think that through well enough. These don't match up. But I think I can fix it. It's kind of one of the rules of woodworking. As long as you don't point out your mistakes, they never exist. Well, except in this case where I'm pointing it out to the thousands of people who will be watching this video. This time I've slid my stop block over and I've lined this up with the groove so that when I put in the other piece, it should cut in the right spot. Now I could trim these longer pieces down to size by taking a side piece, the one with the bevel on it, and just making a mark where it'll be flush. To cut out the curve on these, I'm measuring over 1.5 inches from each side, and then I'm going to measure up 1.5 inches. I've got this thin piece of wood that I'm just going to bend and connect these points. I'm going to do the same thing on these side pieces, only I'm going to start it at 1.25 inches over. And I can tape these all together using double-sided tape. And cut them out on my bandsaw. I'm putting this together temporarily so that I can fit this divider piece in and cut it to size. I cut out a piece of this really thin 1/8 inch Luan mahogany plywood. I'm going to use that for the top. I'll just trace its size. I'm going to ease over all of these sharp edges with a 1/4 inch roundover bit in my router. And that makes it feel a lot more comfortable to hold on to. Now I'm just going to give it a finishing sanding with 220 grit sandpaper. I'm gonna apply some linseed oil as a finish. Linseed oil is really easy to apply. You just wipe it on. It gives wood a much more earthy finish than, say, lacquer, which kind of has a plastic look. And then after a few minutes, you just wipe off any excess. That has a really good tone to it. If you'd like to make your own, check in the description for a free set of plans. Also over on my website, I've got some building options. In case you don't have a workshop filled with tools and just want to make a Bongo Cajón, I've got some really simple ways you could do it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure and like it. And be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel, where I have new woodworking videos every Friday. Dig it, man.